Hello, I'm with Seed System Solutions, and in this video, I will train you on entering a vendor bill. If you do not see any of the options referenced in this video, please contact an admin user within your organization for assistance. A bill is found within the Vendor and Payables module of Seed System Solution, and it is an invoice from a vendor that can be built using accounts from the chart of account or product from the product list, or a line received from a purchase order. The easiest way to start a new bill is from your Add option to select Bill. A few other menu options that you have is from the Vendor page. If you go to the vendor detail list and you select your vendor, and then you would go to the Transactions tab for that vendor and use the plus button to add your options. The final option can be found from the Accounts Payable report. On your Accounts Payable report, next to the vendor, you have a plus button, and within there, you will see options that you can add. So when you select your bill, if you started it from the vendor detail or the accounts payable, your vendor will automatically be set. If you set it from the add menu, you will need to select your vendor by using the magnifying glass. You can then set your bill date. This will be the date that it will hit your financials. You can adjust the accounts payable report. It will default first to if there's a default on your vendor for your accounts payable. Otherwise, if there's a default set up in system settings under chart of accounts, that will be your account that's set by default. You can assign this to a specific department if you use departments, as well as assign terms. All bills do need a terms assigned to them. Terms can be set up within system settings. If a terms didn't calculate a due date, you can also enter your due date. Your 1099 type will pull from your vendor. If you need to add it, you can override it or add it, as well as you can enter it on the vendor detail page. If you desire, you can add notes explaining what this bill is for, as well as you can enter some vendor information such as a vendor invoice number, amount, vendor date, amount due, so you can verify what you've entered is equaling their bill. Then from the Accounts tab, you can enter a line to the bill that is just an account. To do that, you would hit the plus button. Use the magnifying glass to see a list of the chart of accounts. You can then search for your accounts. And you can also type in an account number, and then you would select the account to be paid. You can then enter the amount. The amount can be positive or negative. You can enter a negative amount in the scenario that you need to lower the price to pay on a bill. You cannot have just a negative bill though. So if you are entering a negative amount, it does need to be offsetting a positive, not creating a negative bill. You can link this to a department as well as add a memo to this line. Then you would choose your save option. From here, if you do need to edit that information, you can select the edit icon and then use the edit pencil to edit that information or the delete trash can to delete the line. Your other options that you have are you can enter individual product lines. To enter a product line, if it is a non-inventory product, you can use the plus sign. This would be just something that's linked to an expense that is in your product list, but it does need to be marked as a non-inventory item. You would just search for your product like normal, enter in your product name, quantity, and the price. Again, the field ID could be something like premiums or checkoff amounts that or soybean production or production information. If that is the case and you want to link that, so say you're paying $1, if you want to link that to a field ID, it's going to pull any production fields if this vendor is marked as a grower for the year of the bill. So it's going to link production field to the vendor to the year on that bill. In this case, we don't have any set up, which is why none are selected or showing in that list. But you would select it there. Once you've entered the information, you can choose your save options. And just like normal with that, if you needed to edit it, you can click on the line delete or use the edit pencil to edit that information. You can also add inventory that has been received through a purchase order. To do that, you're going to select that green Add Modify from Receivers. Here you're going to see a list of purchase order lines that have been received that have not previously been set to a bill. You have the option to just assign the entire quantity by using the checkbox, or splitting that received quantity by using the split button. Then you would enter the amount that you're being invoiced right now for. So you would enter that quantity, select OK. It is going to cycle through. It is going to add that line to the receiver, as well as then reopen that card with the box selected and your list of purchase order lines that you can continue to receive. So in our case here, just to make note, I split this 1090 PO line from 500 into 250 and 250. So you can see that both lines are in that box. The line that is selected is the line that's on your purchase order or on your bill. If you need to remove it, you would just unselect that box. From here, you can use that icon to leave the card. And now that line is on your bill. That is how you can create a bill. You can use the logo to leave the bill. Your options that you have here are you can save this transaction, except you can't save received lines, but if it just had accounts, you could save it in order to assign to a bill later on. You can apply a saved transaction, so if you've already saved a bill information, you can apply that and have all of that information automatically set to this bill. You can write a check to pay off this bill, which I will cover in a future video, or you can print the purchase order. If you ever need to edit a transaction, you will use the number column where the number is highlighted or with a line under it. You would just select that number to get into that bill information. If you have any questions, you can reference our other training videos. You can email us at grow@seedsystem.co, or you can register for one of our free monthly Seed System Support Zoom meetings.